Where's the Queensland spirit now?
Oh, yeah. Welcome to another episode of Off-Field Drama. I'm Sterling.
I'm Berkey.
How the hell are you, bro?
I'm well, mate.
Better than me, I think.
Yeah, doing a lot better than you, mate. But happy to be here.
Very happy to be here.
Another successful weekend for all involved.
Yeah, you're right. And welcome, if you're viewing, welcome to the new set. Same spot from the Caxton Hotel, but we've got a bit of a backdrop that we've fortunately been donated to us by Forex, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you, Forex Gold, because if this doesn't get you from 6 to midnight, I don't know what will.
The big fella, Pat Gossage, who's a shareholder, and his offsider, Adam Stanger, they hooked us up. So thank you, gentlemen, from Forex. Bloody looks magnificent.
Mate, this is fantastic. There's a little spring in my step purely on the basis of this backdrop, because it just provides not only the shareholders but those who aren't shareholders yet with an idea of who the fuck we are, Saucy.
I love that. I love that.
How was the weekend that was, big fella?
Well, I can barely remember it. I can barely remember what I did an hour ago. I had a little crack on Sunday. Mm-hmm. We had the game on Friday night, and that was a cracker at Suncorp. I mean, the Dolphins got absolutely fucked, but it was good. Absolutely huge crowd here at Suncorp, and just game days here at the pub are just going to a new level.
They are.
It's just it's crazy.
It's weird to think. I was just trying to work out what game was on because it wasn't the Bronx, and sometimes you forget that Finns use Suncorp as their home stadium.
I think next year they'll struggle to have any games up at Sunny Coast or at Redcliffe because there was 30,000 people there, and I think their capacity up in Redcliffe or KO Stadium is like 10,000, and similarly to the Sunny Coast one where they often play, which
love those new jerseys
with the black. I like that too.
Yeah, they're new jerseys for 2024, but
were they just debuting them early?
Wayne couldn't help himself. He
got a bit toey.
Throw them out there now for the Redcliffe faithful.
Yeah, no, they look good. They look really good.
So decent crowd on Friday night.
It was huge, yeah. And then on Saturday we were busy. Shout out to Jeeps, the third grade boys. They came in and celebrated their draw victory. So the boys,
their draw victory.
So have a listen to this.
Oh, this is good.
You can't take. I'm not taking anything away from winning a comp. I think the boys They played 3 games in the finals. Didn't win a single game, but lifted the shield.
Oh, so God.
They've lost the first game but I think they finished on top.
Right.
So they had the second chance where they play the next week, and they drew. And so because they finished on top, they were minor premiers basically, they go through to the final. Old mate slots a penalty. Apparently it was unbelievable at Ballymore. I can't remember the fella's name. He's kicked a goal from like 40 out and they've drawn the game. And because they finished on top of the ladder, they've lifted the shield. So they've gone lost, draw, and won the fucking bickies.
There needs to be a review of that. Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Apparently Brothers...
As much as I love the Gallopers, go Jeeps.
Brothers was crying and whinging about it, but they were the ones who made that a thing, that the rule's a thing. But I don't understand how you can't play extra time in any finals, especially...
That's weird.
It's crazy.
When you've got the time.
I will say you can't take anything away from them. They were up there and they finished top of the table. So if that's the rules, play by the rules.
Play by the rules. Yeah. That's right. Till the final whistle.
Yeah.
Jeeps went down in reserve grade too, which is a shame.
I think I saw that.
I'll blame Mitch Trelevin for not getting off his suspension last week. And the filth one, Prem grade, I watched that yesterday. Quick shout out to Paddy James. I've never seen a bigger forward pass in my life. I think he got excited for the NFL season coming up.
Was it given...
Mate, this thing would have gone 5 to 10 metres forward. No, they called it forward. It should have been a penalty to the other team. It was that bad.
On purpose.
It was shocking.
You know that's a rule?
Yeah,
if you
it should
intentionally
be.
throw a forward pass, it's a penalty.
The only reason why it wasn't is because they had advantage anyway.
Oh, right.
And the guys from West, that's a quick little lesson that buying a bunch of players from around Australia and just getting them to rock up for the GF, believe it or not, it doesn't work.
Well, they had, I think they had a few omissions playing for Australia, eh?
Yeah, they did.
Hunter Paisami and
Hunter
Seruru.
and that winger too, yeah. Yeah, that fella.
Some good crop missing out.
Good crop, but couldn't go back to back.
I was happy Brothers won. You know, like you said, you don't like seeing that. It's got like, who does that? Like, it's kind of like Sydney Rooster vibes.
Yeah, or like,
you know?
yeah. But anyway, they got the chocolates. Good on them. Yeah. Crosby Road would have been heaving last night.
Harry Wilson was sending me videos from someone's.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, at about 4 a.m. He was sending me videos and I was saying, mate, you're coming on the pod, surely? And he goes, fucking oath, no holds barred. But I think he's got he's going on the Barbarians tour. So he said when he's back,
he's on.
He's coming to join us.
Well, speaking of that, quick shout out and love to the great Jarrell. Yeah.
Oh,
Jarrell,
Jarrell, yeah. You got that right.
Yeah, bingo. Mate, how good was he?
He was unreal. We got a lot of feedback about that. And you let the man just talk and do his thing and magic happened on the mic.
Mate, I was shocked how good he was.
He was unbelievable. I genuinely didn't think we were even doing a potty. I just thought we're just having a yarn and a laugh.
Yeah, absolutely.
It felt real natural.
Yeah, the old duck, duck, goose voice was an absolute classic. He'll be back.
Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck. He'll be back. We'll get him on for a finals preview.
Absolutely.
But just a quick one on my weekend. I had the pleasure of being invited to a surprise engagement party on Saturday at Mrs. Brown's. Now, let's just say this surprise engagement party didn't go to plan because the bloke who was at 4 didn't rock up from the night before. So no one knew where he was.
He was just dusty.
He's dusty. It was Wunner and Sess.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Wunner didn't rock up. So anyway, I had a mate, Dingo, texted me going, we haven't located Wunner. As it goes on, he finally stumbles home at who knows what time of the late morning. But he was so dusty that he was vomiting apparently on the way to Mrs. Brown's, which would have just been cruel. But then when he gets there, he still didn't even realise after we surprised him that it was a surprise for him, his engagement.
Did someone have to tell him, mate, you've got to be here. You've got to pull your finger out.
That's exactly right.
Because we've organised an engagement party for you, a surprise engagement.
Mate, bar tab and everything.
Where had he been?
Well, that's a good question, and we haven't got an answer for that, but we're digging into it. But shout out to Wunner and Sess. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That'll be a wild wedding, which I look forward to.
Hopefully he turns up to it.
Mate, we might need to put him in fisticuffs the night before so he's there.
I want to be around for the night before. Or the Bucks.
The Bucks will be something else.
That's got hangover written all over.
He wears a famous mustard suit every time we go to the races. So we're trying to get him to wear that for the wedding. Fuck, I'm not sure how we'll go
Cecile won't let that fly.
No, she won't let that fly. But what a weekend. Great weekend. Bronx are on top of the table, Saucy.
Mate, speak to me. I think we called it a while ago. They're not losing a single game.
Yeah, you've been big on that.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, real big.
I looked at it and I thought, nah, they're not letting this great city down.
They're not. And it's a pleasure to be on top of the Telstra NRL Premiership.
Yeah. The Panthers really fumbled that.
Didn't they ever?
Yeah. I don't think anyone saw Para
and
doing. I think people probably thought Para might have a crack, but not the way they did.
Our best mate, Jerome Luai's out too.
Oh. Unlucky there, bruh.
Sorry, bruh. You're going to have to fix that shoulder, G-Unit. Maybe stop putting the speakers on your shoulder or something.
He's got weak shoulders from carrying the boombox.
So he's out. So, look, that's big for us. We've got the Storm this weekend, which, as we know, I think they've won 8 or 12 in a row against us.
I couldn't tell you the last time we beat them.
No. So that's going to be a big game. Suncorp.
Do you know what? I'll have a guess, and I'll tell you it was 2015 before we
Oh, because we made the Grande.
before we made the Grandy down in Melbourne, and we had a really slim side, and it was just defence, just a defensive effort. Like this is like Tom Opacek was playing for the Bronx around then, and like Jordan Carr, who I think, don't misquote me, but I think that was the last time we beat him. Last time I can remember it.
I remember when
I'll fact check that.
When I was debt collecting, you'll like this one. I was only about a week or two into my debt collecting tenure.
Geez, you'd be a scary debt collector.
And anyway, it was Thursday afternoon. I was doing my shift, and the first game of the round was Bronx Storm. And I'm talking to this guy, and he owed about a $5,000 Telstra bill. Anyway, rather than getting him to pay the debt, I talked him into putting on a multi for the round. Now,
I'm sorry, what?
I told him, I was like, look, mate, if you can't afford to pay the debt, here's a fucking multi 8-legger. I'll pick the round for you, throw a tenner on it. Anyway, I've given it to him. I've tipped him the Bronx. Smithy's kicked it from the sideline to win the game. My manager happens to be standing behind me at the time, and he's listening to the conversation. And I get off the phone, and I'm absolutely chuffed because I was just feeling good juju about this multi because I was like, I'm going to put it on too. My manager just goes, hey, Samuel, did you end up like setting him up on a payment arrangement? I'm like, nah, but I gave him an 8-legger.
Didn't you get fired because of that?
No. I kept going. I kept going real good.
You kept giving free
anyway,
multi advice.
That's probably the worst thing you can do as a debt collector is
make more people in debt.
Well, yeah, that's right. Don't set them up on a payment arrangement, but set them up on an 8-legger for sports bet.
Oh my God. So I guess you're trying to help.
I was trying to help. That was
trying to do the right thing.
That was my way of going through his finances and saying, look, mate, how much can you put forward to sports bet? I've got a tenner, so fire away. But look, that was my quick little take on the Bronx there. Massive shareholders. Obviously, the new backdrop's got us up and about. We'll have our knob and legend of the week.
Absolutely.
We'll talk a little political in the US. Big things happening over with those dumb fucks over there. And then an athlete's also come out and said some things that we've all thought.
Well, I've got a few stories from the week that was. I might
fire away.
I might rip into one.
Can you?
Just on the topic of up here on Saturday night, obviously the boys were enjoying their win downstairs. Up here, we had a bit of a rave.
Did ya?
Yeah, there was a rave. And bunch of hippies.
Bunch of hippies
up here. And I got nothing against hippies.
No.
You know, fucking.
Was there Mary Jane flying around up here?
I hope not. You know, we're trying to run an establishment here, drug free. And they've blown the speakers.
You're kidding.
Yeah. How's this? So the facts of the story are old mate's setting up the decks at 1 or 2 o'clock.
Mm.
He's got 10 to 15 PowerPoints going into 2 distribution boards off 1 PowerPoint going into the pub. And I just said, I came in at 6 and I noticed this noise and I said, what's this? Like, Has anyone picked up on this? Like the speakers are making like a popping noise every 5 seconds. Long story short, they've blown the speakers and didn't want to take accountability for it. And I said, nah, this isn't flying. You're going to be invoiced for it. I don't want to ruin your night. I'm going to invoice you for the what you broke, the processor or whatever, one of the main processor that controls the amps.
As you should.
And they've completely denied it. And I just said, look, fact of the matter is, before your function, it worked. Now it doesn't work. And old mates, I come up on the next day when they're cleaning up and stuff, and she goes, the girl comes down and says, you want to come up and we'll talk about these speakers and stuff? And I said, yeah, no worries. And as I go up there, she goes, I was like, oh, how was the night? You have fun? And she goes, yeah, it was good, but we got charged for water. Not really happy about that. And I thought, well, that's our business. If you guys are, not buying drinks up here for whatever reason, I'm not saying whatever reason.
It was a sober rave.
It was just like a rave. Oh, it wasn't a sober rave, but they were, I thought, we'll charge them for some water. They can buy it. They can get a free water downstairs.
Is this tap water or is this
bottled
from
water?
Mount Franklin
bottled
or something?
Water.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a
good.
capitalist.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
Anyway, she wasn't happy about that. And I said, look, I'm not really happy about the speakers that you've blown. And she goes, oh, well, that wasn't us. And I was like, are you pulling my leg? Like, are you
Who
honestly
else was
pulling my
raving
leg?
up here? What was it, like a boom
There was
box?
about 100 people. No, it was like a doof rave.
But like the speaker. We talking like a big unit speaker?
The speakers on the roof, like the internal speakers, the surrounding speakers.
She will get absolutely invoiced for that.
They've blown the amp that controls all of it. I don't really understand. But then I've said to him, I've just said like that you can say whatever you want to me, but I am not, it's not even a discussion.
No.
Like,
nor should it be.
Works before your function, doesn't work after. You've blown it. We've had that many functions here in the past and you fucked it. And then old mate gets into this shit and he starts talking and I'm like thinking, you're just bullshitting. You're coming down, you're bullshitting. And he, no word of a lie, goes, mate, there's something wrong with the earth energy here. And I fucking flipped it. I fucking flipped it, dude. Like, lost my marbles and just
earth
said,
energy.
Get your shit, pack it all up, and fuck off out of here. And hurry up.
And have a shower too if you come back.
Enjoy your come down. I was fuming, dude. Like,
there's something wrong with the earth energy.
There's something wrong with those hippies.
Yeah, okay.
And then I've got nothing against hippies.
No, we love hippies.
But also, this leads me into another thing.
Please.
Chermside. I was strolling through, doing something there in the week, and I noticed the guy didn't have shoes.
walking
through Chermside. I don't know if he was here at the rave. Wouldn't surprise me if he was. But is that play on? Like, are you...
Nah. No, not one
You walk
bit.
into a shopping centre and he had no shoes. He was holding his girlfriend's hand or whoever, whoever.
He was
and,
holding a female.
Yeah, and I just thought...
Was she barefoot too?
Like 10 years ago. Grow up, bruh.
Was she...
Nah, she had Crocs on, actually.
Oh, so, she was wearing Crocs.
Respect to her.
Well, God, she could have bought her boyfriend some Crocs too.
He looked like he hadn't washed his clothes in about 10 years.
Mate, he was 100% at this rave. He was probably trying to get some stuff for the rave, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, some clothes.
Yeah, I just don't know about
shoes.
that. I mean, I'm happy to walk barefoot. I'll do my barefoot walking, but to a shopping centre.
I don't get it.
Like, there is that much dirty shit.
But that's the thing.
And, just, you cover up. All it takes is some flip-flops. It's not hard.
Anything. It takes anything.
Yeah, slippers.
Like, what are you trying to prove?
Well, yeah, I can't work that one out. That's an interesting take.
Is it like, do you not like to be clean and shower? Or what? Like, what do you...
That's what I would call a suspectful decision by his... I've got no idea. I'm lost for words there.
It just, yeah.
How did you go? I heard you were having issues finding your car too. Talk us through
Just having
that
a sip of my schooner.
Talk us through that.
Yeah, so this was fucked. I kind of pride myself on my memory and my whereabouts and navigation and direction. And for the first time in my life, I parked in a spot that I don't usually park at Chermside, and I was lost when I went to find it. I was walking around for 20 minutes and I was genuinely scared and panicking. I think I called you and another 2 people.
Yeah, you did.
Just to tell you I was lost because I didn't know what to do. I was like a lost puppy.
My reaction was laughing with, that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Because
And
knowing that you can't find your car is so daunting in so many different ways.
I
that
was
can
like
be a
genuinely
long journey.
terrified.
What time of the hour was this?
Oh, probably 2 in the afternoon.
Like, this is peak for Chermside Shopping Centre?
And the funny thing was
Were you on the right level?
I didn't know.
But, having found the car, were you on the right...
It was in, B13 or red 13, and I saw red 13, and it was a big space, and I thought my car was there, and I've gone, where the fuck is it? It's not here. So what I've actually done, I remember I went down the escalator, and as I'm going down, I noticed this guy was going up the escalator. So he's gone, obviously, around the car park, and I've gone in through the shopping centre and up through another escalator where I did then eventually find my car. But this gentleman's then come down the escalator when I've been going up on the other end, and I'm thinking, has this fella lost his car too? just two blokes lost in the world.
Did you say, mate, let's work together here? What are you looking for?
Yeah, let's team up. What car have you got?
Once we find one of our cars, we can start doing hot laps around the car park.
You hop in mine. If we find one whose car first, we'll look for yours.
There's a lot of shareholders that would have gone through a very similar experience to you.
Oh, man.
That's daunting, mate.
I was seriously scared, and I thought, I'm getting old. This isn't good.
Yeah, well, your memory can't be great at the best of times. And this was during the week too.
Yeah.
But were you buying Crocs?
No, I might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I think you were
been
in the market for Crocs.
I'm glad I got them.
Well, I'm glad you found your car.
Yeah.
So how long did that take?
Trust me too. I reckon it was a good 20-odd minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
Of just panic.
It's crazy when you've parked your car and then your brain just shuts off and you go, where is this little thing?
Yeah. No, I had no clue.
Oh, you've done. I thought you might have got lost with barefooter walking around and decided that you were just going to start following him.
I hope I don't see that guy ever again.
He wasn't there to do some busking, playing like a didgeridoo or something, looking for a loose change, was he?
He might have been. Who knows?
Well, you've done well. Look, what I want to quickly bring up, it's in regards to the former leader of the free world. Okay, it's our big man, Donald Trump.
Don.
The great Don. Now, the Don's found himself in the spotlight again.
Hippies love Donald Trump.
Do they?
No.
I was going to say they should hate him. Anyway, the great Don, just when we thought he couldn't create history again, he has.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the Don's decided that he would be the first president to have a mugshot. Now, have you seen this photo?
I did see it, yeah.
Now, credit to the Don. He looks absolutely terrible like he normally does. But what I think's hilarious is he weighs 97 kilos.
Really?
Yeah.
So he'd be heavier than that. I reckon that's a lie.
Well, he's dropped weight. He's lost weight. And I don't know if it's because he was trying to run from the police or what the go was. But the big fella, he's taken a mugshot. He's come up good. But what I find fascinating about all of this is he's actually gotten a greater support. He's actually built a bigger support base due to the mugshot.
It's just controversy. What do they say? Any news is good news.
So
no, it's not right. Bad news is good news. Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, that's
what I was trying to spit out.
We got there in the end. He now holds over 50% of the votes for the Republican.
Who's the other one? DeSantis? Richard DeSantis? Is he the Republican candidate?
I think he's the leader of Florida. What do they call them over there? Like, he's not the premier, he's the
governor.
The governor. Yeah. Governor of Florida.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think so. Look, we don't want to get too political, but I wanted to give a shout out to the great Donald. Way to go, brother, getting your first fucking mugshot as a president. Never been done before.
To be honest, anyone's better than Sleepy Joe.
No, that's right. And
you're doing a political thing, but like, fuck me, that guy needs to go, surely. I think they all know it.
He's found a way. I don't know how he's done it.
It's crazy.
But he's found a way.
Have you listened to some of his speeches?
Who, Don or Sleepy?
Sleepy.
No.
It's insane. How it's not in the media and how it's not like brought up more. It's just fucking perplexing. He can't talk.
He's lucky he doesn't snore, because then that would be fucking hilarious.
Who's the fella? Have you seen the fella? This isn't funny also, because I don't know what happened, but I think one of his someone in his party, or maybe in the Senate, I can't remember his name, but he had like a stroke.
What? During
talking.
Oh, that's
he was doing a speech and he had like a proper stroke, and he's like the same age as Biden. And it's fucked. Yeah, it's quite scary. He like proper like freezes up and they have to get him off stage.
Is he the VP?
I don't think he's the VP, but I think he's
somewhere.
I can't remember his name. But yeah, it's not I don't know.
No, we don't want to laugh at it. I mean, Sleepy knows how to pick him. Like,
I don't think he's picking.
No, I don't think. I mean, he's lucky he doesn't snore, because can you imagine if he'd passed out during one of his speeches or something and then just pulled into a snorathon? You're like sleepy.
Wake up.
Get up now.
Wake up, Jeff.
I don't know how long's left in his term, but anyway, I had a giggle with Trumpy.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a mugshot.
It's fucking. He doesn't look happy.
He doesn't look happy whatsoever. I'm surprised he didn't just buy that police jail or something with the money he's got and just say, look, guys, take the money and get me the fuck out of here. But it leads me to, with the whole America thing, if you don't already know, shareholders, I love my NFL. So moving forward, we've got 2 weeks till NFL kicks off, so expect there to be a bit more chitter-chatter on OFD. But with NFL season comes fantasy football, right? Now, I've got my fantasy draft coming up this Friday. One of the great parts of any fantasy that you do, whether that's NBA, you do a draft night. You know, you dress up, you look the bit. Now, mine's coming up this Friday, and it's important for all shareholders that in all leagues they have a good commissioner. With any well-run league, you need a good commissioner. So make sure you do your due diligence, right? Because my commissioner, as it stands, has got the microscope on him right at this second because there was a little dodgy things happening last year. Little side money, apparently, that we later found out that was getting sent to his bank account from an individual player, who that individual player ended up coming last. So make sure that the commissioner is due diligent. He knows what he's doing because you want a fair run fantasy league. You know
Who's
what I
the
mean?
commissioner?
Commissioner's Heavies, okay? Now, Heavies has got his nickname because he can't drink heavy beer.
Yeah, we know that.
We know that. Those to shareholders out there. So it's a little, there's question marks already about the commissioner that he's a lightweight on the piss because come draft night, all things could break loose. But look forward to it, shareholders. NFL's back, baby. I'm a Denver Broncos man, so let's ride.
Hey, which jersey are you going to wear? Have you 10? I know you just said Denver Broncos, but you got about 10, don't you?
No, mate. I'm a Denver Broncos man through and through.
Yeah.
Always have been, always will be. I'll be giving out plenty of multi-shareholders, and hopefully they go a bit better than the one I gave that debtor back in 2019.
See, I'm not a huge fantasy guy, league or NBA or NFL. I just love tipping. I just love tipping.
I got 7 of 8.
We need to start laying some tips down, I think.
We do need.
We really do.
The shareholders.
We'll bring it to you next week, going into finals. Who we think, because that's when the business really starts.
That is when the business starts.
I mean,
well, and talking about business starting,
yeah,
the AFL season, your favourite sport.
Yeah.
Sources.
No, actually, I watched the Lions game.
The regular season has officially come to an end.
Yeah.
So the ladder's set, finals are set. So let me run you through the fixtures and let me tell you who's going to win and how it's going to play out, all right?
Yeah.
So the Pies won the Miney Premiership, so congratulations to the Pies. That's been a hell of a performance. So first game of the thingy, we'll have Collingwood plays the D's.
Collingwood to win that.
Because you've said Collingwood to win that, I'm going to go with the D's.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need Collingwood to win the chip.
You want Collingwood to win the chip,
I need
that's
them to win
right.
the chip.
Carlton will be playing the Swannies in an elimination. Now I'll be barracking for the Mighty Blues. And then you've got the Brizzy Lions taking on Port Adelaide. Now, these two obviously met in a GF. Lions would have much preferred this game to be played on a 4 o'clock slot at the Gabba. That's their prime time. The AFL didn't listen, which is a goddamn shame.
They don't like any teams outside of Melbourne winning, do they?
No, there's a conspiracy theory about that.
Similar to NRL with teams outside of Sydney.
Yeah. So, look, Lions should get the chocolates against Port. And Saints play GWS in that afternoon slot, the G. Now, that's going to be a tight tussle. I watched the Giants play last night against the Blues, and I just think they might just get that. So, look, moving forward, I want to say the Lions are going to go all the way, obviously being a Brizzy boy. So, I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
Who they play in the finals, a great question. Okay? I'm going to officially call it now. I've got a Lions D's final.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Lions win it all.
Cherie.
Oh, no.
Saucy's playing the fucking... Saucy sending a feeler out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to bring it to the shareholders' attention.
Don't you dare.
Because let's just say the big fella has got something on his neck, which you guys can put two and two together.
Yeah.
It's good to know they're back, if you know what I mean. Okay. The big fella, mate, sweet, sweet love.
You're an asshole.
I can't. It's staring me. When I look to my right, I just see this thing. But
It's a snake bite.
congratulations, mate.
I'm not dapping you. Put your hand out. I'm not dapping you. Someone went a bit rogue last night. Gave me a bit of a tattoo on the neck. A temporary tat.
Oh, I haven't seen something like that since I was
They're a
fucking...
bit out of fashion, aren't they?
Since I was 15.
It's a bit out of fashion.
Oh, God, it's a good look.
Are you done with your AFL spiel or what? Because I've just compiled a small NRL multi for the rest of you, if you're still listening out there, for the real game, the one that matters.
What have you got?
Look, I don't usually like to go margins, but I think coming into this finals period, I think the games are going to be quite close for the majority.
Yeah.
So here's what I've got so far, shareholders. Here's what I got for you, Samuel. Not a big one, just four legs of games that I like. Melbourne Storm, obviously, to kick it off on the Thursday. I've gone Bronx 1-12. Right. And that's not paying as much as you'd think it should. We've got Reynolds out, Carrigan out, and Katoni out.
Yeah, massive losses.
I had actually a call. I was at Brekkie today from the great man, Alfie.
Oh, he's tuned in.
He just, I messaged him about the training times, and one of the guards wants to take his young son down and watch the boys play. If anyone actually wants to go down, it's 9 a.m. tomorrow. They do the captain's run, so we'll have the potty up by 9 a.m. Wednesday actually.
9 a.m. Wednesday.
So the potty will be up before then. So jump down. And
I might go down there.
Yeah,
and just throw a line out.
A line out.
Yeah, just see if there's any bites. Might get a little special guest for OFD following. You might see me.
You were saying, see if they'll pick you. You'll lace the boots up or something.
Yeah. Well, now that Adam Reynolds is
one of the most dribbly things I've ever seen. Jock Manners, I'm fucking killing it though. Anyway, Bronx 1-12 on the Thursday, and then we're going into Manly 13+ against the Tigers. I think they'll fucking smoke them.
Really?
I think Manly play really well against shit sides, and I think Ches in the last game of the season, they're not playing finals, so I think he's, they play well in those types of games.
I'd go over totals points in that game.
You're probably right there, Berkey. Penrith, they're going to bounce back against the Cowboys, and that'll see them probably not make the finals. The Cows, unfortunately. And then you've got the Roosters playing South Sydney. Always a close game. I'm going the Roosters here because I think that club, South Sydney, are in absolute turmoil. They had the bye luckily this week. But that, shareholders, that gives you some pretty
what does that give him,
solid
Saucy?
value if you want to jump on the back of that. $34.55.
Yeah, I'm glad you told us. So you power play that bitch?
Let's power play it and get it up to 41.16.
There you go,
and you know
shareholders.
what? You know what? I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and drop a 50 on that.
What?
Yep.
That is good, Saucy.
And we'll post it.
Pineapple Central here on a Monday.
Yeah. I had a successful little punning week, so
did ya?
We'll rub it off on the shareholders and see if you can take some jam with you boys and
you
girls.
You felt that kitty?
Yeah, I did actually.
Crikey.
No, it was a good little week.
Good little stint.
Yeah, really good week. I'll repost that for all the shareholders out there if you want to jump on board and let's just ride it. As I said, I don't like going margins because there's nothing worse when you pick the game and you want that little extra juice, that extra jam. You get a bit greedy. Your team wins, but you don't get the margin, which is all. It's just one of those things.
It is one of those things. Well, look, let me do my knob and legend of the week.
Love to hear it.
Let me do it because this has been, a fan favourite of a segment for all shareholders. Now, what do I start with? I'm going to start with my knob of the week. Now, shareholders, this should resonate with a lot of you out there. My knob of the week, I went up the sunny coast last Wednesday to visit my grandparents. and I was driving up the Bruce Highway.
One of the great highways in the eastern seaboard.
It's turned into a shocker now, but with all the roadworks and stuff that's going on. But
Do roadworks ever end on highways?
no, the Brucey, they seem to be never ending, I can assure you that. Anyway, I was trying to pin it up there. I was in the Black Mamba. So I jumped in the fast lane, right? Now, my knob of the week is for all you slowies in the fast lane that don't understand what the far right lane is for. Let me tell you, when you're in the right lane and people have to go back to the inside lane and continue to overtake you, that's a little light bulb moment to maybe get the fuck over. Because I don't have cruise control, so I'm just pedal to the metal. Now, I hate when people in the right lane are dawdling.
Yeah.
It's a bit like when you're playing golf and there's a saying rate of play.
Rate of play, yeah.
Rate of play. You have a group in front of you and they're fucking either shit house or they're just not breaking speed records. You let them through.
You play through.
You play through.
So do you want to play through?
Now, there needs to be rate of play on the highway.
Well, it's just genuinely, it's a speed limit, isn't it?
Well, I don't understand where these people have grown up or how they've been raised that allows them to sit in the right-hand lane going no more than 90 to 95 clicks an hour.
In 100 too.
Well, 110 in some parts.
110 up there. Yeah, you're right.
So
see, that's silly.
that drives me absolutely fucking crazy. So
Usually you see people in the type of vehicle you drive in the Black Mamba doing that.
yeah, well,
What were they driving?
that's right. I mean, I think I only hit top speeds of 110 to begin with in that thing. So it's Crystal. So that's my knob of the week because it happened to me multiple times. Get the hell out of the far right lane.
If you can't handle the fast lane, get the fuck out of it.
Get out of it. You're not meant to be there.
It's not meant to be.
And it's always funny because I'll give him the eyes when I'm overtaken.
Oh, yeah.
I give him the stare down, and they are in such la-la land that they are just
completely unaware.
It's like they're doing a little touring drive on a Sunday afternoon. So it's a bit like that. So all shareholders out there, they know that's not what happens, okay?
Nah.
It's a bit like having a front rower on the wing. It'd be like you playing on the wing, okay? That's not where you're meant to be. The speedsters are on the wing.
Hold on. Hold the phone.
Out of nowhere, I've just thrown you into
Mr.
it.
Road Rage over here.
Okay, front rowers aren't meant to be on the wing.
You're right.
Okay?
Hookers are, though.
No, hookers
are.
too. Piggies are in the middle.
Talk to me about Dane Coles then.
Yeah, well, that's because Colesy, that's a set play.
They always hang out there.
Yeah, they hang
Hookers
out there.
do.
They shouldn't hang out. I know why you hang out there, big fella. They should. Out of nowhere, I've just thrown away to get stuck into the big fella. Did you like that?
Getting into piggies over here.
You liked that.
Yeah.
So front rowers shouldn't be on the wing. Slow cars shouldn't be in the far right lane. It's as simple as that.
Which one's your knob of the week?
So my knob of the week, my knob of the week, I was going to say front rowers on the wing, but a slow cars in the far right lane. I love seeing forward score tries, but do the hard yards out in the middle. Okay. Now my legend of the week.
I love this one too.
Now this one's an interesting one because it's what a lot of shareholders have thought, okay? My legend of the week this week is one of the fastest men in the world, Noah Lyles.
Good name.
Okay?
Great name.
Now, this man, right?
Sounds like he's a fast fella.
He's quick. So he just won the 100, I think it's Noah Giles. He just won the... He just won the 100 and 200 metre sprints in the World
At the World
Championships,
Champs,
okay? So he's a quick motherfucker. But it's what he said in his press conference that I just think is absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
Now, he's called out NBA players when they win a championship saying they're world champs.
And this guy's American.
And this guy's American, yeah, sorry. To give you context, he's a fellow Yank.
Yeah.
And so I'll quote you here. He says, you know, the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch NBA finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? They're the United States.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, everyone in the world has thought this.
Yeah, and it's not just NBA. It's Major League Baseball.
NFL.
The World Series, they call it. It's literally just America.
And when they win when you win the Super Bowl, they say, oh, we're the world champs. You're not the fucking world champs.
Only country in the world that plays it.
Only country in the world. Noah, way to be. Way to be from that own country and call out all your brothers and say, you're not the world champs. Now, the funniest thing is now all the NBA players, they've all been a little hurt by it and they're all biting back. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, they're all spitting back.
And do you know what their rebuttal is, what they say, is they say, oh, if anyone wants to come and challenge us, then they can.
Yeah.
My cousin said that to me once because I said it. I brought it up and I was like, you're fucking off your head.
Yeah.
You're off your head.
It drives me insane.
We're the world champs of rugby league.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh. Can you imagine if a Broncos player said when we won the NRL, we're world champs, we'd call him the biggest knob and wanker and tell him to shut the fuck up.
Well, he wouldn't say it.
No, but that's what I'm just trying to give you context here.
But also, we have the World Club Challenge.
We do have the World Cup challenge.
We put our money where our mouth is against the English.
Yeah, if they want to be world champs, how about they play the Brizzy Bullets or something and prove themselves? You want to be world champs? Well, you go beat every other club team around the world like those goddamn Brizzy Bullets at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre.
Come to the Nissan Arena.
Nissan Arena. But way to be Noah Lyles or Giles, fuck, I know, whatever.
Noah.
Noah, we'll call him Noah. Anyway, you're not world champs.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of hearing this world champ crap.
Well said, Noah.
Well said, Noah. And way to be fast, Noah.
Did he won one of them by like a fucking stretch too, didn't he?
Oh, well, because
200 maybe?
I think it's because he actually is a world champ. Right?
Oh, yeah.
He is a world champ.
Yeah.
And so he's telling all of those brothers that you ain't world champs until you beat the world, baby.
What did they say, the NBA guys? What were they? What was their argument?
They'd be like, shush, boy, it ain't worth it. Or, you know what they're like over there,
on Twitter. They got on Twitter.
Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
But it's just like, no. As Gussie Gill will say. But it's pissed me off for so long, so it's so good to see a fellow American out there actually call a spade a spade.
Well, speaking of world champs, we've got the Rugby World Cup upon us.
Oh, here we go.
Mate.
Didn't they put in a great performance on the weekend?
When was it, last night?
Yeah, last night,
Against
early
France,
morning, yeah.
40-odd to 17 or something to 13.
Just another result.
Fuck, man.
Oh, do you know what
It's only a friendly. You lost by 30.
Eddie Jones, it's all going to script if you ask Eddie. He couldn't, if you wanted to see Freddie.
We're flying under the radar.
Yeah. I got to say, mate, I couldn't be more happy with how the side's going.
You haven't won a game yet, Eddie, have you? Has he won a game?
No, he hasn't won a game. We're 0-5 under the great E. Jones. But I've just seen Fiji's now ranked higher than us.
So they should be.
And they beat the Poms on the weekend.
Aren't they in our pool?
Yeah.
We're not getting out of the pool. We got someone else too.
We're getting out of the pool. We just have to get out of the pool. We have to get out of the pool.
Brother, we're not.
If we don't get out of the pool, Australian rugby has officially hit rock bottom.
It's down the drain.
But that will be rock bottom.
Yeah, it will.
We have to get out of the pool stage.
There will be bloodshed.
Oh, it'll be on.
Yeah.
It will be seriously on.
There needs to be a clean out if we don't get out of the pool stages.
Well, I feel like he's already cleaned it out, so I'm not sure what's left to clean.
Yeah. I'm not hopeful.
Well, I've got faith, but I've only got faith. I've only got faith because we're in the easiest pool.
Who's in our pool?
Fiji, Wales, Georgia, Portugal.
Okay,
Half those teams, it's like a soccer nation.
I don't see us beating Wales.
We've got to beat the Welsh.
To make it out the pool, yeah.
We've got to beat the Welsh. We've got to beat Fiji. We've just got to win. I don't care how it is.
We're losing to those two teams.
It's going to be brutal.
I'm being really dark here.
You are.
I'm being real dark. I need to cheer up and get around the boys. Because this is the problem. This is maybe part of the problem.
Maybe they need to do a bit of off-field drama or something to spark it up. Maybe.
Yeah.
Come on the potty. If they come on the potty, it'll do them wonders. What were you saying about NRL players taking over Union?
Oh, yeah.
What was your take there?
So this is my hot sauce. This is a new segment, hot sauce. So this is my take on basically the state of rugby right now. I don't think enough people play it, obviously, in Australia. And that's why the talent pool isn't as good. Everyone plays league.
You want to increase participation.
I'd love to increase participation.
Here we go.
I don't actually give a shit about it, but that's probably how you get it going. Is more people playing, the talent pool goes up. There's more people to pick from. It's like Union over in New Zealand. Apparently, everyone obviously wants to be an All Black. Like the whole country plays it.
Yeah,
every person in New Zealand plays rugby. You know, but it's kind of like here we've got it mixed up between league and AFL, cricket and union and soccer now and everything. What I was going to say, what I want to bring it down to is back in the day, when the great man was in his first stint, Eddie, he bought over Wendell Saylor and Lottie Dakiri, Matt Rogers, and that was like the last sort of golden era of rugby.
Yes.
When we made that final.
03.
So, like, I'll get to my question to you basically in a sec, but back then, sort of after that, they were plucking second-string rugby league players, right? So, remember Ryan Cross?
Yeah, great Cross. He played for the Chooks.
Wouldn't call him great.
No, I just... no.
I mean, he played for the Wallabies.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Tamana Tahu, bit like, you know, he was a gun.
He was a gun.
But probably not the best player at the time in league. Like, he was probably like a standard... above average rugby league player, right?
Tamana Tahu, he's the real deal.
All right. Well, what I'm trying to say is if you pick out an average rugby league player and throw him into the fucking sphere of rugby, I'm talking mainly backs, they'd fucking carve up, dude. So I'm talking like, you know, who would you pick? Who would you sign right now in league to go and play and join that World Cup team?
Suwali?
Yeah, well, he already is. You know who I'd pick? Reece Walsh.
Oh, would ya?
Yeah, I'd pick Reece Walsh. Can you imagine that motherfucker at fullback in open field?
Yeah, he'd have a lot of space.
But the other thing, so what I was going to say, what I'm trying to get to the point is, imagine like Greg Inglis or Billy Slater. Someone like that. Like you saw what Folau did. Imagine someone like of that caliber going and playing Union.
Yes.
It'd be fucked.
It would be. Well, they get more space.
They get way more space.
Yeah. So I think Cam Murray would be a handy footy player. There's obviously a lot of talk around him moving to Union.
Is there?
Yeah. There's that text is going around, which as far as I'm concerned, I reckon you could have written that text and just made it gone viral.
Well, they were talking Payne Haas even going to the Force. Like, fuck off.
Forwards from league generally can't obviously go to Union because they can't do set pieces like scrums and stuff.
We saw that with Jared Safi.
Yeah, you mentioned the great
that.
Jared Safi.
Yeah, he was playing. He played for the Dragons, and then was in the inaugural Melbourne Rebels side. Didn't go too well for Safi.
Well, I mean,
playing number 6.
If you're going to start at the inaugural Rebels team, it's always going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough ask. In terms of players that I think would do well, the Hammer would be.
Oh, mate, exactly.
He'd be a handy Union player. Tom Travojevic.
He'd kill it.
I could see him in the centres.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Yes.
This is what I'm saying.
It's just, I don't know what happens there. Ponga, obviously. You got to remember, most league players, they went to GPS or private schools.
They played Union for...
So they play school, for high school.
Yeah.
But then because the money's so much better and, endorsements and whatnot for league, so then they go to league.
Yeah. You're picking up what I'm putting down now. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I get
If you throw in a genuine superstar or two into that side, it'd be a fucking game changer.
Absolutely.
And I'm talking backs mainly.
Yeah,
I'm talking backs.
But we've got to get the piggies right.
Yeah.
There's just the cattle that we've got in the forward pack at the moment.
It's not really there.
There's
It
some
is,
big
but
boppers.
yeah.
Big boppers, but yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a good take from you.
Hot sauce.
Yeah, hot sauce. Well, that was
Get your sauce. Hot sauce.
That was hot saucy, all right.
Yeah. I'll go into another thing. Shout out to your mate and my mate now and a shareholder, Robbie Blackshaw.
What's the great R Blackshaw done?
He's popped into the Caco, had no idea who he was, and he's come up and said, "Hey, mate, how are you? I'm a shareholder."
Yeah.
And I've said, "Oh, g'day." And he goes, "I'm Robbie." And I said, "Are you the bloke who just comments like the nicest shit on all our stuff?" He goes, "That's me."
Oh, that's R Blackshaw.
Shouted him a schooner.
Good
had a
man.
chat. Fella went on his way, and he enjoyed himself.
We love shareholders like that. And
Yeah.
to reward shareholders like that, Saucy and I, we've done what we should have done for the shareholders.
We're doing something special.
We're doing something special, and it's a massive game. So
We're giving back.
we're giving back to the shareholders, and there's going to be a competition. So we've purchased 2 tickets to Bronx v Storm this Thursday night. Bronx are going for a minor premiership. Now, we're going to post it on the gram, but what you've got to really do is tag 2 of your mates that aren't following the page.
Yep.
That need to start following our Instagram page, and you go in the chance to win 2 free tickets.
And we'll pick yours out. We'll pick
How
it out
fucking
around.
good is that, shareholders?
Fucking amazing.
Fire up!
Fire up.
2 tickets.
Broncos Storm, Thursday. That could be yours.
Cauldron.
Cauldron.
Yours.
Cauldron.
Do you want it? All you got to do is tag a mate. Actually, tag 2.
And then you got to pick one that you're taking to the game.
Now, that's the red hot take there. So you tag 2, but only can pick 1.
They could both just go and you just be a good bloke. But I'd pick one.
Or you could not pick either of them and take someone else.
Take
and really,
someone just, round the corner.
really shit on their parade. So that's our thing. We've just announced it, okay? We'll post that on the gram, but
Yeah.
that'll be up. We'll probably have to do that by Thursday.
Yeah, we'll do it early Thursday.
So we'll send you a message. We'll
Yeah.
slide into your DMs.
Yeah, we'll announce it.
Okay, we'll announce the winner. So get ready, shareholders. These are cracking seats too. I
Yeah.
mean, if we could have it our way, me and Saucy would buckle up and go. But we like to give back to the
That's what we're
shareholders
about. We're giving back to you that have given us so much. So far.
so much. So congratulations early to whoever wins it.
And preferably, did you say it? Tag people that you know aren't shareholders that might get on board.
Yeah,
the potty.
well, they have to. You
Yeah.
have to tag people that aren't following it.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so to be a part of it, we need new shareholders.
Yeah.
Right?
Do something special. We want something, maybe just tag, but maybe,
Maybe if you tag like 15, that might give you a better chance.
you never know.
We might give you a little scoop there,
Yeah.
kids.
Just do something interesting.
Yeah, fire away.
Yeah.
But get ready, okay? Get fucking ready.
Tickets are on your way.
Tickets, they're already in the mail. It's just who are they going to? But that's big, so enjoy that. That should be an absolute blast. We're pretty pumped by it. We're talking merch too, okay? We know we talk merch. I'd love ideas for what the shareholders would want.
I think hats.
I think hats too. I want bucket hats because we're coming into the summer.
Yeah. Bit of terry towel.
Bit of terry towel.
Yeah, terry towel don't go astray.
You know who it is.
Mate, I've got something that was sent to my inbox from... Actually, it was sent from Heavies.
What's
And
it now?
this girl, she won the World Cup for the Spanish women's side.
Oh,
Olga.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about her?
She's a bit of a doppelganger to you.
What do you mean?
And I'll post this for the shareholders to see.
Hang on, what?
But I think this is Mr. Burke. Did he go to Spain about 20 years ago?
Wait, is this her you're saying I look like?
I'm just showing him now.
I tell you what,
Olga, she was the goal scorer.
she's getting a lot of props if she's getting matched with me.
Oh, turn it up.
Olga, you're in safe hands, sweetheart, if you're getting matched with me, because that's
I think you do look like her.
so not a better compliment
She
in the
looks like
world
you.
than getting told you look like me, Olga. Only thing is, if you're a female and you got a schnoz the size of mine, that's probably not the best thing. But
You know what? She's a pretty good looking sword.
yeah, no, thanks, Heavies. I'll take that.
He said it and I thought it was kind of funny.
No, that's great. Well, I think that probably wraps it up.
Yeah.
That's been felt quick.
Felt quick.
Yeah.
When you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah,
you
it did. Love the new backdrop, shareholders. Get online and see it. It's it adds another dimension to us, which, like I say, makes me do things that has to put the old fella under the belt.
Oh, Samuel. No, it's been a pleasure. Episode 13.
Go the Bronx. Big game this week. Let's win a minor premiership. And to the Wallabies, train hard this week because we'll need you to. Ooh, that was a terrible fist bump.
Yeah, it was. That was quick.
That felt real quick.
No stoppages. I like that. I love it when we don't stop.